the title of the exhibition is Bonne Femme, which is a French expression that literally means good women, but is a rather derogatory term to refer to women in general, and in particular that characterize like craft and work that women have historically been doing at home, and that is not recognized as legitimate work and craft. So mainly your art is about like patchwork and mending, but made not to just repair clothes, but to turn it into an art piece. You've been working with Sashiko and Broder, so Japanese mending techniques, which are used for mending, so have that practical effect, but have also historically been used, especially Sashiko, to make also something beautiful, to make the reparation appear and make it more beautiful in a sense. You've been using these to represent women, so you have Niki de Sanfal,
Angela Davis, Jane Fonda, Vivienne Westwood,
and David Bowie. Even though he's not a woman, but yeah, you've used that art to also put forward women who have, activist women who have become feminist icons. You have studied professional embroidery, like art embroidery, which isn't actually, even if that's considered art, it's not very far from traditional mending, which often requires to be very precise and basically reconstitute the textile, which makes it very precise and actually that needs skills to be achieved. And the whole thing also is that you've been working with techniques. Well, the whole difficulty is that a lot of these techniques are lost or are being forgotten because they are women's work and they're not considered legitimate like skills to or craft to be conserved like men's work can be usually. So you're often working like with old sewing workbook from like the 19th century. Yeah, there's also, it's this whole idea also to preserve the work of women that historically women have done and that hasn't been seen as work and craft, even though it is.
Une remise en cause personnelle où moi j'ai voulu être souvent parfaite dans ma vie, être une maman parfaite, une travailleuse parfaite. Et en me mettant à broder, en réparant, j'ai un peu vu la beauté aussi de l'imperfection. Et ça va avec plein de choses engagées comme soit ne pas être une femme parfaite et ce qu'on attend de nous, des stéréotypes dans la société. Donc aller chercher aussi d'autres modèles. De montrer aussi, dans la société de surconsommation, de pas jeter, qu'un vêtement imparfait, redonner de la valeur aux choses et aux êtres humains aussi.
Okay, so this is also about reconsidering, like, women, as a women, we have a lot of injection to be perfect, as a woman, as a mother, etc. And so the art also of mending is also to find imperfection, the beauty in imperfection, and realize, also the value of like
la cicatrice, la résistance, le traumatisme.
Exactly. Oui. And it's also against consumerism society, which is all about throwing away as soon as it's not perfect anymore. And actually, mending and finding value in that, in things that continues, that stays for a long time. And also the idea was to find other models also with these women to put forward and also find that, that imperfection that also has value.
Voilà, là je suis sur une première réflexion et analyse de ce qu'on raconte aux petites filles dans les contes, et là en particulier sur l'image de la sorcière.
Ouais. So this is a first reflection around what we tell little girls, in particular in tales, and here around the figure of the witch.
Donc là on est sur la sorcière du magicien d'Oz, voilà qu'on reconnaît quand même. Et j'ai voulu un peu en même temps mélanger des choses qui peuvent faire peur, comme le cimetière, la sorcière assassine, la sorcière qui tue les enfants.
So this is witch from the Magician of Oz, and she wanted to gather elements that were scary, so the witch and also the cemetery that scares little children.
Et en même temps, transformer les croix des pierres tombales en panneaux de manifestation.
Okay.
Voilà.
And transform the cross that are usually upon graves into slogan for marching against the patriarchy in this case mostly.
Et un peu me moquer des masculinistes, puisqu'ils ont souvent l'air de dire que les féministes ont fait peur, qu'on va peut-être tuer les hommes, peut-être, alors qu'en fait on fait juste que marcher dans la rue en réclamant des droits. Donc je trouvais ça marrant de mélanger des pancartes de manifestations sur un cimetière.
Okay, so this is also like a jab at masculinists who are persuaded that feminists want to end them and to kill them all. So this is the idea of to have a scary imagery, but also it's just stuff too much in the street. It's not, and it's about women. Yeah.
Et c'est des slogans qui sont en français un peu rigolos en plus.
Yeah,
voilà.
And it's funny slogans, usually with puns or stuff like that in French. But yeah, like this one is Sous les paillettes la rage, which is under the sparkles there is rage, and it refers to a slogan from May 68 that was Sous les pavés la plage, which means under the street there's the beach, which was, so yeah, it's referencing historical slogan for resistance.
Et après, sur la technique, on est sur une technique japonaise, de réparation japonaise, où on vient juste poser des tissus et broder dessus pour les tenir. Et ça, c'est la technique du boro japonais pour réparer les vêtements.
And so this is the Japanese mending technique of boro, which is about just putting pieces of fabric and then like embroidering, or like same technique as mending, to make it stick to the background fabric.
Là, on continue dans les contes et la culture qu'on peut donner aussi aux enfants et aux petites filles, donc avec le conte de la Belle au bois dormant.
So we're still on the theme of fairy tales and what it teaches to young girls, and so here we are with Sleeping Beauty.
C'est un conte qui interroge déjà parce que ça devient romantique d'embrasser quelqu'un sans son consentement pendant qu'elle dort. Et on a été nourri de ça depuis qu'on est petite, et on l'a jamais interrogé à vrai dire. Et là il y a une affaire française, je sais pas si vous en avez entendu parler,
de Gisèle Pellicot,
qui a été révélateur d'un fait de société, puisque c'est pas finalement un cas isolé. Mais je te laisse un peu traduire un peu.
The idea in Sleeping Beauty is that we teach to young girls is that it's romantic to kiss someone who is unconscious. So this is pushing back against this idea, and it's referencing a current event in France. That's the lawsuit of Dominique Pellicot about Gisèle Pellicot. So the Gisèle Pellicot has accused and gained the lawsuit. Her husband have drugged her for years and years, and have a man that he's found on the internet rape her in her sleep, and I think most of it has been recorded on camera, and so she has come forward about this, and the lawsuit has been talked about a lot in media recently. Unfortunately, it's not an isolated case. In this case, it takes a lot of place in media, so it seems like a one thing, but it's not. It has brought this into light recently.
La particularité de ce procès, c'est parce qu'elle a accepté de faire tomber le huis clos. Alors ça, bonne chance pour le traduire. Et qu'on a pu entendre les excuses des accusés, qui sont... Et donc en fait, j'ai brodé Gisèle Pellico, qui est quand même une icône, maintenant devenue une icône, puisqu'elle a parlé de la honte qui devait changer de camp et qu'elle mène un combat avec sa fille contre les violences sexuelles et sexistes. Avec ce qu'on nous a appris de ce qu'était un prince charmant qui venait réveiller une princesse la nuit. Et en fait, ce que j'ai brodé là, c'est les phrases du procès, les excuses qu'ont données les accusés pendant le procès, qui sont assez incroyables de violence, mais surtout de bêtises.
So the whole thing is that Gisèle Pellico has accepted that the lawsuit is public, and so we've heard all the excuses that the guilty men have tried to offer to explain their action or to explain their innocence, and that this is what's embroidered there, and this is it shows also how violent these ideas are, but also how stupid it is, and it's also that's
on croirait presque à des blagues. Alors c'est un vrai moyen de défense dans un tribunal.
Yeah, it sounds almost like jokes, except it's actually been said in front of a tribunal, in front of a judge, and considered legitimate defense or something like that. And so maybe can translate some of them. So because it's been videotaped, so there are evidence, very clear evidence. And so there's someone who says, "Oh, I don't recognize myself on the video. It must be someone else, like a doppelganger." I didn't think she was sleeping. I thought she was dead, which is somehow a good excuse. It only lasted for 5 minutes, so it's not. It doesn't count. I didn't know it was rape because I didn't force her, even though, she had no way to resist. I am the actual victim in this story because I didn't know that was being filmed. I didn't hear her snore because I have tinnitus.
Et puis après, sur la technique, j'ai utilisé des techniques ancestrales de tissage.
And so the technique is ancestral technique of
tissage.
It's mending, but like to make fabric.
Voilà.
Threading. Not sure.
Et on a après plein de petits exemples, pour fabriquer le tissu. Voilà.
And you have samples. Samples of how fabric is made.